everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Gina and on this channel I talk all things sewing and dressmaking. Welcome to a day in my sewing room. I've got a bit of a different day today. I have got so much tidying and organisation that I need to do in my sewing room. It is such a tip in here, it's actually embarrassing. So I thought I would bring you along and show you how I organise and tidy up this room in case your own sewing room is in a similar state. It's probably not as bad. So hopefully this will actually make you feel better about your sewing space. I'm also off on a little family holiday tomorrow down to the coast, and I want to take some sewing projects with me because I'm going to take my little baby Janome sewing machine and hopefully get a little bit of sewing done while I'm there. So I want to cut out a few projects to take with me, start on a project that I'm hoping to sew up this afternoon. It's just a pair of trousers, something quick and easy. So we'll do that, but mainly I need to tidy. That is the whole point of this video. I really need to get this room sorted. It is overflowing with fabrics and pattern pieces and projects that are unfinished. So I'm using this video as motivation to get it sorted. First up, let me show you the projects that I'm hoping to cut out today, and then we'll get stuck into the boring stuff, the tidying. So a little bit of procrastination before we get stuck into the tidying. These are the bits that I want to show you, the projects that I'm hoping to work on over the next week or so. So first up, and this is the one that I want to cut out because I want to make the trousers. I think I mentioned about making this set in one of my previous videos. This is Simplicity S9756. And I particularly want to make these really wide billowy trousers here. I absolutely love them. They are just so comfortable, so swishy, and I think they just look really elegant as well. And I got this really beautiful viscose satin fabric from Lullabies recently. I think this was about £12 a metre, and there's loads in stock if you're interested. But isn't it giving Missoni vibes? It is beautiful, and I love the combination of colours. Like, this is my colour palette all mixed together, the pinks, the browns, the oranges, the greens. And then the next project was chosen by my Instagram family. I got this really beautiful brown polka dot viscose crepe. This is the Fabric Godmother print, but I got this from Hey Sew Sister. I think it might be sold out now. I'm really sorry, but because it is a Fabric Godmother print, hopefully they will restock it because they tend to do that with their animal prints and stuff like that. This was a little bit more expensive. I think it was around £18 a metre. And originally I was going to make a shirt dress with this fabric, but I don't really wear shirt dresses, so I thought it would be a little bit of a waste of this fabric. And then I came across this adorable dress on Pinterest, which is just a very simple princess seam, but the best thing about it is it's got rickrack around the neckline and rickrack straps, and I absolutely loved the idea of that. I don't have any rickrack in my stash, but we have a hobbycraft on our way tomorrow, so I'm going to make a very quick stop off and pick up either brown or white rickrack to go with this and make that dress. And I'm going to use this pattern here. This is Simplicity S9326. I have made this loads and loads of times. It's such a great, easy pattern, and it will be perfect for this because I can literally just cut off the kind of integrated straps and just make it a strapless bodice, but with those rickrack straps added. And then the last project, which I probably won't get anywhere near to when we're actually away, but I thought I'd cut it out anyway because I want to get it ready. I've had this pattern in my stash for a while, and I've been really interested in making it, especially recently because I've seen lots of J. Crew dresses that have a very similar bodice. So it's this one here. This is McCall's M8575, and I am particularly interested in making this dress here, but it'll have to not have a tiered skirt because of the fabric that I'm using. This is my pick. I got this from Roy's Material World at the Stitch Festival back in March. It's a lovely cotton lawn fabric in this really beautiful pink ditzy floral print, but I only got 3 meters. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing a tiered skirt, but even just a lovely gathered skirt with that bodice I think will be super cute. And this will be great for transitioning into autumn as well, because I think this will look really nice with brown boots as we move into September, which I can't believe I'm even saying. So those are the projects that I want to prep, but enough procrastination. Let's get on and start tidying, shall we? Okay, so by far the worst bit of this room, I'm going to start here and tackle this. I can't believe I'm actually putting this out on the internet. It's quite embarrassing. This is supposed to be a cutting out table and it has slowly just turned into a dumping ground. Because I use my electric scissors, I don't actually tend to use a cutting mat anymore. So because I'm not constantly using it, I just put things here and put things here and it piles up and then becomes this, which is just a pile of mess, which I really need to sort out. There's loads of random pattern pieces in here that need homes. I've got fabrics that I just haven't even put away. I've got projects that I've started and not finished. There's even like rotary cutters and stuff under here. Really dangerous. And the floor underneath is even worse. It is just a bag of scraps that's overflowing everywhere. So let's start with this bit first. Get the worst bit over and done with, eh? Ooh. So a big majority of this mess is actually paper pattern pieces. If you don't know, I actually work for Simplicity here in the UK. It's an absolute honour. It is the best job ever. I'm very, very blessed. And my job is making content for social media. I have got a humongous pattern stash, much bigger than your ordinary person. Although I do have a lot of you followers over in the US who have said that your pattern stash is similar, which is wild. Used to hit those Joanne sales hard, that's for sure. Yeah, it's just big. There's just a lot of patterns and they're kind of building up and I need to kind of rethink the storage for that because I've got a drawer under here and then I've got the baskets up there, but they're all overflowing. Especially lately when we've had really, really good collections in. Obviously, I never, ever will intend to make every single one. I'm never going to get through hundreds of patterns. That's not the point. I have them to create content. For Simplicity, that's my job. The other thing is I have a lot of work in progresses and fabrics because I am very honoured that the combination of Simplicity and YouTube is now my full-time job, especially in September when my youngest starts going to school. I will be uploading to YouTube a lot more often, putting a lot more hours into it, which is very exciting, hopefully for you. It means obviously my output of sewing is a lot because I need to sew to create content, otherwise it's boring for you guys. I would never want you to compare your stash and your patterns and the amount of stuff that you make to me. Remember, I literally do this for a living. But yeah, I am lucky enough to be in the position now that sewing and creating sewing content is my job, and I obviously have you guys to thank for that as well. I'm always so honoured. I've recently hit 20,000 subscribers here and it literally feels like a dream. If you try and picture 20,000 people in a room, it is madness. So yeah, anyway, that was a complete tangent. Oh my gosh, but I did say this was going to be chatty. I need to stop talking and put another time lapse on. One of the things that I really struggle storing is PDF patterns, these big old paper patterns. Where do you guys put them? What do you do with them? Because I haven't got the drawer space. And back in the day, I used to have like a little rail where I used to kind of hang them up, but I don't have that space anymore. So if you've got any tips for storing PDF patterns, please let me know. I don't have that many anymore because obviously I have loads of paper patterns. So I have very few PDF patterns, but the ones I have are absolutely massive. They take up so much room. I feel like I've actually made more mess, but we can see the top of the table now. So this is a bit of a pile of kind of random pattern pieces and things that I need to find envelopes for. There's a lot of rubbish on here as well. So I just need to clear the rubbish and recycling and start kind of putting everything back in envelopes. The other thing is I have got a project here. I've got an, woo, no! I did have a neat pile of of a Nomi 2016 that just needed finishing. It's now not such a neat pile, so I need to make sure that bits aren't missing. So I think what I'm going to do with this space is get the work in progresses, the whips, as we like to call them, and lay them out on here. This is what I originally did, and then it just became a big pile again, because I am on a bit of a mission at the moment to get them finished. I completely forgot about this dress as well. This was it. I started doing this in the spring. Gina, this is a disgrace. Wow. There's not too many. There's that Nomi dress, the green dress. I made that marble jersey top, if you remember from another vlog as well, which just needs kind of, I needed to get rid of the sleeve and redo the neckline and stuff. So that's a very quick one. There is also, which I started doing for my friend's hen do, and then I went in a completely different direction because the weather wasn't great. This is like a one shoulder cutout dress in this awesome ombre glittery lurex fabric, which I might get that made up for my birthday actually. That might be fun. But then again, I also have this for my birthday. This is from the Fabric Boutique. It's a remnant, and I really thought just a Sicily type dress in this would be sensational because it has got the most gorgeous drape. Not that I'm doing anything that fancy for my birthday, but I love sewing with sequins, so any excuse I'll do it. Okay, so this is my little work in progress pile. We've got the green linen dress, which needs to go first because we're about to run out of summer. And then I've got the kind of snazzy ombre dress, the marble top, which really I should put the top because that will take 10 minutes probably. So let's put that one at the top, and then the Nomi dress at the bottom because that dress will also work for autumn. So I can leave that a few weeks and get that done. That's not as big as I thought it was going to be. I feel like there's lots of stuff missing. So by clearing that side, I've actually managed to make more mess over this side. So now I'm going to try and firstly get rid of the fabrics and pop those away, and then that will clear a little bit of space. And then there's like a random box of random patterns at the end there, so I need to put them in the drawer, put them in the baskets, etc., get them sorted. The pattern pieces that kind of now scattered around, which some have come from that side, we'll put in a big pile and we'll sort that all out in a oneer. I just need to now figure out where I'm going to put these fabrics because I am full in my Kallax units under the table, and the drawer at the bottom of the unit there is also full of stuff. They're not very big. There's not a lot of space. I definitely made a mistake when it came to fabric storage. I need like a big unit, but the trouble is with this room is I have to keep my fabrics either in a drawer or underneath this table because it's the conservatory on the back of the house and it gets sunlight until about 2-ish. Really bright sunlight as well. But fingers crossed, in the next couple of weeks, we are getting this room redone. It's going to have a tiled roof and Velux windows and patio doors instead. So although it will still have loads of natural light, it won't have that same direct sunlight coming from the roof the whole time. So it should be hopefully not as hot when I'm trying to film in the summer, but also not quite as bright in terms of direct sunlight. So I'll have a few more options as to where I can keep my fabrics. So I can do like units on the walls and things like that and have some bits on display, which would be really, really nice. The dream, the ultimate goal and the dream is to convert the garage at the bottom of our garden into a little sewing studio one day, hopefully in the next couple of years, but obviously that is a big cost, so we'll have to see how we go with that one. I love this space. It's such a great space, but it's really not ideal because our kitchen diner is right there. And as you could probably hear, I have lots of little people running around. So when I'm trying to film and get stuff done, there's a lot of other factors that make it quite difficult. So one day I'd love to have my own little kind of space at the bottom of the garden so I'm out the way of everybody else. But yeah, we'll see. I've got a lot of work to do before then. So anyway, I'm going to start tackling the pile of fabrics and figure out space for them. And then we'll start tackling the patterns. Oh. Floor ready to tackle the pile of patterns. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to lay out all the envelopes that I've got that are empty and hope that the pattern pieces for them are in this pile. They may not be. We're not starting off well because I don't have the pattern envelope for this. Brilliant. Oh, fab. Fab, fab, fab. I'm having an ice cream break. It's much needed. But we are cooking on gas. We're making some progress. Nearly finished with all the patterns. It didn't actually take as long as I thought it was going to, which is great. I still don't know what to do about my paper patterns. I need to figure that out. Also, I found my Milkmaid pattern, which I've made many adjustments to make it fit me like a glove. And there's 2 pieces missing, which is so annoying because I wanted to make a version of that in a couple of weeks for autumn, but hopefully those turn up in a minute. So I just need to finish off with these patterns and then get everything kind of packed away and then sort the fabrics. But I don't think I'm going to do a full-on sort out because like I've got the drawer that's got the random pattern pieces, I've got my scrap bag and all of that sort of stuff, but I am going away tomorrow, so I don't want to go overboard with this because I've got other stuff to do. And also, like I said, this room's hopefully getting redone in the next couple of weeks, still got to be confirmed, but as soon as that happens, then I'm going to have a major sort out, so I don't want to do it to then have to do it again. I'm just giving myself excuses to cut corners, basically. Never thought I'd see the day, but the floor is finally clear. I'm nearly done with the tabletop. So that side is clear. There's just a big pile of patterns kind of in the corner, but they're all in envelopes and everything. I just need to have a good old sort out of the actual drawer at some point, and then they can all go in the drawer and be organised, but I'm kind of running out of time. So I haven't managed to tackle the scrap bag either, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm just gonna have to shove everything back in there and deal with it when I get back. What I tend to do with scraps is divide it, stuff that absolutely has to be thrown away, which is not actually a lot. I hate waste, I absolutely hate waste, and I always underdo it with fabric requirements. So I will absolutely push it to the limit when I'm cutting stuff out. I will use every single bit. I want my money's worth. That will hopefully not be too much. It's the bigger remnants, which I tend to donate to the Women's Refuge because they teach sewing there, and those kind of big pieces are really, really great for little projects. And then any kind of bigger remnants also will go there too. Or if it's stuff that my mum might use, she's a quilter, so she loves a remnant. So I just need to kind of divvy that up at some point, but it's not going to be today. It's not going to be today because I want to cut some stuff out, but I just need to pop these bits of fabric away. I've literally just found, and I could have cried, I bought this fabric before our wedding in the hope that I could make an outfit for the night before. I had big plans for this and it never happened because everything was so chaotic on the build up to the wedding. It makes me feel a little bit ill just talking about it. It was a crazy time. So worth it, but yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So yeah, I never managed to get round to making this outfit. This fabric is very, very special. I got it from the Good Fabric store. It's this embroidered cotton. You probably can't really see it properly on camera. This gorgeous scalloped edge on both sides of the fabric. I want to make that outfit at some point, but I want to make it when we go on honeymoon, which we haven't planned. I don't know when that'll be. It might not be for another year or two. It's so special. I do want to save it for that. It's a little bit sentimental, this actually, because it just makes me think of the wedding. So I might pop that in a drawer in my bedroom, so it's really, really protected and up out the way. I don't really want to keep it in here, especially if there's going to be like building work going on in the next couple of weeks. Need to find somewhere to put this, but like I said, I think I'm going to do something for my birthday out of this beauty, because it doesn't deserve to sit on a drawer anymore. And then the other thing I've got is lots of leopard print. This is a viscose twill that I got from Hey So Sister, oh, maybe in April. And it definitely feels more like an autumn fabric. This kind of viscose twill is really, really soft. It's a little bit heavier weight than a regular viscose as well. So I wanted to save this for the autumn. So that will be used in coming weeks. And then I've got the Fabric Godmother animal print denim as well, which is definitely for autumn. I want to make a really cool kind of flared denim skirt out of that at some point. So yeah, I just need to figure out where I'm going to put those autumn fabrics because I am out of room. I've just got to do wiping down, hoovering up, and then we can start working on some projects. So let me finish the last few bits and we will start some cutting out. It's a bit later now. I'm looking a bit disheveled now. Sorry. I've been for a walk and we've had dinner and I've put the kids to bed and stuff like that. So I've only just kind of sat down and it's been a chaotic few hours, but I'm sat in my very nice, clean and organised sewing room, which is great. I've still got a bit of rubbish that I need to take out in the morning. So I'll give you a proper panning shot once I've cleared that out, and the light's a little bit better as well because it's starting to get a little bit dark in here now. So I'm going to move on to cutting out my projects now to take away with me. I don't know if I'll get the trousers even started tonight. The Great British Sewing Bee starts in just over an hour. So I want to go and watch that in the living room. So I'm going to cut out the trousers and the polka dot dress because they are really, really quick to cut out. And speaking of scissors, my mum bought me a little bit of a treat when she went to the Festival of Quilts in Birmingham. I was absolutely gutted I didn't get to go, but it was for very good reason. I was a bridesmaid for one of my best friends of 15 years and I watched her get married and it was just the best weekend ever. So I asked in a vlog ages ago for scissor recommendations and loads of you recommended the Kai scissors. Now there are a few different models that got recommended, but mum picked up these ones. These are the N5220 8.5 inch scissors. I haven't tried them out yet, so I'm going to be testing them for the first time tonight. I was well overdue a scissor upgrade, so mum read my mind. I'm very, very excited to try these out. I don't know how much she paid for them, so I can't help you with that, but you'll probably be able to find out online. But anyway, I am going to go and grab my patterns and start cutting out some fabrics. Cue the time lapse. Mm-hmm.